Namandaps, 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 namandaps. ngāngon chol sengan hi shi mu jol do xing an hu man zok sei vu jo shol ngak ngao mu ryo ko hu yi dai se shu fu sai sho bin gu sei fu jo sho ngak nga shi jo but do miao shou chou ji po ku kyo mi shou mon sei fu jo shou ngak di ok jin shou nem jo e shi bon gyo shi nge me jo do yi shou ten nin shi jin di kien dai ko u shou mu sai do shou jo san ku myo ko sai shu yak nan kai hi chi en en me shi kon mo an hei soku shou ak do zu dap zen shu mon ko so jo man zok yi oro ji po ni chi ngat shu ju ki ten kon hu ngen yi shu kai ho zo ko se ku doku ho jo dai shu ju se po shi shi ku ku yo i sai butsu gu soku shu toku hon ngan ne shit jo man taku i san ngai o nyo bun mu ge chi tsu dat mi hu sho ngan ga ku erik to shi sai sho son shi ngan ya ko ka dai sen no kando koku sho tem nin to uchi myo ken namandabu 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 ngan ni shi く毒平等せいさい道本菩提心おうじょうあんらお。Namandats, namandats, 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 namandats. Please join me in Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namandats, 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 namandats. Good morning, everyone. I hope you are all enjoying your May sunshine. First, for full disclosure, this service is obviously pre-recorded because both Reverend Cindy and myself will be receiving the second shot of Moderna on Friday, April 30th. Let us hope that the side effects are not that bad. As we step into the month of May, we come again to realize that, wow, our year is almost halfway over. For school kids, you are all probably eager to start your summer vacation. Your summer vacation is just around the corner. Some of you are graduating as well. Congratulations and great job on all of your hard work. We are beginning to step into another time of transition. We are still very sad that we are unable to gather at the temple in person. But at the same time, we have also been able to create a huge amount of access to our temple, to our school of Buddhism, to our community. We have been able to give so much online, more so than we have in the past. In the past, before the internet, we were only able to access the temple through word of mouth. Maybe there's a poster somewhere advertising the temple. There's probably also the summer festivals like the Obon or the Matsuris that the temples would put on during those times. But largely, it was either through the phone book or through word of mouth. Now, you can go on your cell phone and just type in Tacoma Buddhist Temple or Buddhism in Tacoma, and instant gratification, instant resources for you to look at. Today, with the internet and modern technology, we are able to know where all of our Jodo Shinshu temples are in the United States with a click of a button. We are also able to access our Dharma talks and services through Zoom or YouTube. To me, this is a perfect representation of the nature of Buddhism altogether. Depending on the time and the place, the Dharma has been able to adapt to the circumstances that surround it. Whether it be finding itself in a different country or finding itself in a time of pandemic. It's times like these that I also recall the hardships of my ancestors, my great-grandparents, my grandparents, and many of your ancestors as well. In 1942, after the attack of Pearl Harbor, over 120,000 people of Japanese ancestry were imprisoned in concentration camps in the United States. We hopefully will always remember this time and never forget the struggles that our Issei and Nisei and some Sansei relatives faced during those times. Thanks to Reverend Duncan Ryuken Williams' book, American Sutra, as well as Dr. Tetsuden Kashima's book, Buddhism in America, we have learned that despite the impossible situation that many of our ancestors were thrust in, many of them still sought the Dharma in their lives and looked to the Dharma for comfort. I am comforted to know that even during the times of pandemic, where we cannot gather in person at our temples, many people still seek to have the Dharma in their lives. In fact, I would argue that our increased online presence has given access to people who normally wouldn't have come across us if our services were not on YouTube. I am happy to say that our temple has gained a couple of members or interested people because of this online presence. In some ways, we can see that while there is a lot of hardship and sadness during this time, there are also glimpses of hope too. There are also times that can bring happiness to all of us. Also, like all time, we know that this pandemic too shall pass. That's what we hear, right? This too shall pass. There will be a time when we look back on this pandemic the same way we look at huge events in history books. I sometimes wonder what challenges lie ahead of us as time continues to rage on. Will we come across another pandemic in our lifetimes? I hope not, but it is possible. Are we going to start treating our planet with respect and love and do our part in combat global warming? I hope so, but there is no guarantee. Will we all finally be able to get along with each other, find common ground, be able to sit at a table together without fighting each other? I hope so, but we also are human. And because of that, we are vulnerable to the human condition. What I do know is that as Buddhists, for us, the Dharma will continue to touch our lives. If we do our part to ensure that our teachings are lived daily, are taught correctly to the best of our abilities. Speaking candidly, I have also performed many funerals and memorial services for people who have recently passed away. Since I have been assigned to this temple, I have done more funerals, and I have participated in more funerals than I have ever participated in my entire life, even just as an observer. On the one hand, I feel all of the sadness and grief that all of us feel when our loved ones leave us. However, with every passing and with every funeral or memorial service I perform, I continue to learn more and more about the Dharma. I continue to learn lessons about the fragility of human life. I have seen what true love looks like during these services as well. I ask that as we approach the middle of this year, we continue to center our thoughts on the Buddha and just how the Dharma affects our lives. As I continue to walk down this path with all of you, I realize again and again how much more I need to learn, how much of a master I am not. And I also realize how much I need all of you, as much as you may think you need me. I would like to thank you all again for joining us today for our May virtual Sunday service. In closing, will you please join me in Gassho? Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandats, 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 namandats.